unprotected sex like in the past few days, and you're wondering whether to go to the hospital to do a pregnancy test or to test from home, worry no more, because today we are going to learn how to do a pregnancy test from home. Yes, and one of the things that we need is we need to have a urine HCG strip. Yes, then also we need urine sample from you. So those are the two things we are going to need when we are considering a pregnancy test from home. So first of all, why do we call it sometimes HCG? Like you've heard people say, I want an HCG strip. Go and buy an HCG strip. Do an HCG test. Hey, HCG is a hormone. It's a hormone that we test to confirm pregnancy. And what's HCG in full? HCG in full is human chorionic gonadotropin. It's a hormone that we test to detect pregnancy. Yes. So today I have two different samples that we are going to illustrate on when we are carrying out our test. Okay. So when should we do an HCG test from home? Recommended time is from day 10 to day 14 after you've had unprotected sex for accurate results. But there are instances where people can do after 1 week. Okay, it's still fine, but you're at a high possibility of getting results that are not so accurate. Maybe your test strip might turn out faint. So wait for at least roughly in 2 weeks time after you've had unprotected sex, then you do this HCG. Or you can also do it immediately when you've missed your period. You know you've had unprotected sex and you miss your periods. You can definitely do this test. It will turn out very accurate. Yeah. But there are times where we get some false results when doing this test. For example, if at all you're taking the hormone supplements, there are possibilities of your results turning out false. Maybe they turn out positive when you're not even pregnant. And also maybe people who are in menopause, there are times when this HCG levels are high. So you find that their results might also turn out false, meaning they can turn out to be positive even when they are not pregnant. So take caution of instances when you can get the positive results when you're not positive. When is the best time for us to do an HCG test? If you're doing it at home, the best time for you to do an HCG test if you're doing it at home is early in the morning. Reason being, early in the morning, doing this test from home, you're going to find that early morning urine is concentrated. It has high levels of HCG. Yes, and during the day our urine is you find that it's diluted. We take a lot of drinks, we are eating, we are doing what, so you find that this urine becomes diluted. So taking early morning urine is very good for you to carry out a home pregnancy test while you're at home. But you can also do during the day, but if you consider during the day, to do it during the day, make sure that you spend roughly like 3 hours when your bladder is having urine, and when this when your bladder is full, which has lasted something to do with 3 hours, it's very good. That urine can also be used to do this HCG test while you're at home. So I have sample A and sample B. These are the samples I'm having with me that we are going to test. And I have 2 test strips and this. So let's do the test. Let me start with sample A. When you open this strip, this is a strip that we've got that is inside here. You can get these test strips anywhere, in the pharmacies, you can get in the drug stores, you can get in grocery shops, you can get even in supermarkets. You can get these strips there. Yeah, so this is the type I managed to get from the nearby pharmacy. Yes. But before testing, you find that there is this, when you see this, there is where arrows are facing down and it's written on maximum. When you dip this strip into the urine, make sure you don't dip it past this, where this line of maximum is. Make sure it remains below the maximum line. So when you dip into your urine, give it time to move. Then you leave it to rest. The recommended time for it to rest is at least 5 minutes. 5 minutes for you. So give your test strip 5 minutes to rest. This is our sample B. We need to get the difference between the 2 samples. This is our sample B. Yeah. So recommended time, leave them like for 5 minutes before you can read your results, giving it ample time to run and settle. So first of all, our 5 minutes are done, and these are our test results. So when you look at this, the result A, this is how it's appearing. It's appearing with 1 line, as you can see. So when you get 1 line on your strip, that shows the results are negative. 1 line alone, the results are what? Negative. Sample B, it's showing us 2 lines. Sample B is showing us 2 lines. When you get 2 lines like this, that shows your results are positive, meaning the pregnancy results are positive. So before reading your results, make sure your strip, you check on the expiry date. Ensure that your strip is not expired, because if your strip is expired, you're definitely going to get wrong results. And we have the positive results, we have the negative results, but there are instances where you can get the invalid results. Yes. So like, as you can see this, these were our positive results. On the positive results, meaning there are going to be two lines which are going to be very, very visible, and when you notice that those lines are there, you're definitely pregnant. The next thing, go to the hospital to confirm your pregnancy, and you can start your antenatal and become a mother. Okay, so when you find your results are like this with only one line, meaning you're negative, your HCG results are negative, but there are incidences where we get invalid results. And what do I mean by incidences where we get the invalid results? Usually we have the control line and we have the test line. The control line is this upper line. When you hold very well your strip, like the way you dipped it into the urine, the control line is that upper line, and the test line is that lower line. So when you get invalid results, it's the test line which is going to appear. Like these negative results, you see that the upper line is the one which has only appeared, and it's 1, meaning our results are negative. But when your results are invalid, you're going to find that this line is not up, it's down here. It has gone to the test line. When it's on the test line and it's 1, those results are invalid. You need to repeat them, or you go to the healthcare facility and they repeat your HCG. And at times you can do a test and no line appears. Also, those are invalid results. So take caution that when you do an HCG at home, ensure if you're pregnant, both the control line and the test line are going to appear. If you're negative, only the control line is going to appear. Okay? And if your results are invalid, they can be invalid because the test strip is expired, or they can be invalid, maybe you used a container, it had water for you, you urinated in, and you came to test. Your results will turn out possibly invalid. Every time you find out you're pregnant, please go to your health care facility where you get your services from, do a confirmatory test, and you can start your antenatal services. Yes, since we are encouraging safe motherhood, we need safe mothers, and when you start your antenatal early, definitely you're going to carry on a safe pregnancy.